You know, if you drop your phone in there, you'll be able to see where it landed. You won't be able to get it back, but you'll be able to see where it landed.
I don't know. I think I might just call it a loss if it goes in that cold ass water.
With the amount of hype this trail gets, it's impossible not to review it. Starting at Clear Lake, which, as its name would indicate, is incredibly clear, McKenzie River Trail is best ridden as a shuttle. I've tried it as an out and back, and it's nothing but howling, butt-chafing misery as an out and back, so just hire a shuttle and thank me later. Bring chamois butter either way. Ridden as a shuttle, the trail is about 24 miles long, descending approximately 3,400 feet while containing somewhere around 1,000 feet of climbing. The McKenzie River Trail begins auspiciously enough up here by Clear Lake as a wide, flat, easy trail. Actually, that's because the trail on the west side of the Clear Lake isn't really the McKenzie River Trail. The actual McKenzie River Trail is on the east side of the lake, and it descends through razor-sharp lava rock. You will have no trouble finding the top trailhead because you are either going to use trail forks or, better yet, you're going to hire a shuttle company. Once again, do not ride this trail as an out and back. Let my past experience serve as your guide. Standing on this bridge where Clear Lake empties into the McKenzie River, it becomes clear why it's called Clear Lake. It's remarkably unusually clear. That's because the lake itself is fed by an aquifer that flows through lava tubes. While the water may look inviting, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit. It's terrifically cold. According to an old Oregon Field Guide episode, there's a standing dead forest under Clear Lake that makes it a famous destination for scuba divers. Very careful and experienced scuba divers who have exotic wetsuits that can keep them warm. Anyway, this area is already pretty popular and well known. The top of the McKenzie River descends through a lava field, so the McKenzie River Trail also descends through a lava field with all its attendant challenges. If you have a full suspension bike, you're going to want it for this trail. If you only have a hardtail, then Godspeed. I mean, there is a lot of duff on this tread. It's pretty duffy, but the problem is it's duff with rocks in it, like big, sharp, pokey lava rocks. Not only that, but there are tight benches everywhere. Tight benches with no clearance and a bunch of nasty, sharp lava rock in the middle of the tread. There are also numerous tight little descents followed by punchy climbs with yet more additional lava rock to test your technical descending skills. Although there isn't much climbing in this descent, the technical nature of the tread will keep you working hard for your turns. Not too far from where you started is Holley Falls, the sheer magnitude of which is pretty surprising. We rode this in late summer, and even then there was a significant non-trivial amount of water in this waterfall. Enjoy it. You can see people at the viewing platform on the other side of the river. Those people are suckers because they're not on mountain bikes. Be aware that there are a lot of features on this trail that look like you could totally jib off them, but then you realize there's like nothing but sharp, pokey, and scary lava rock on the other side of those features. Don't fall for it. This part of the trail is hard and part of the reason that the MRT is considered a black diamond. As you descend, you'll pass by two reservoirs. The first one is Carmen Reservoir. It's just as clear as Clear Lake. It's when you get past Carmen Reservoir that things have the potential to get really interesting. The water level in the reservoirs fluctuates significantly, and sometimes the water covers the trail. I've been told that sometimes it's possible you'll have to wade the bikes through chest-deep water in this section, so just be aware of that. Fortunately, that didn't happen to us this time, but you should always keep a change of clothes in the shuttle car at the bottom just in case. There are a bunch of really cool log bridges, most of which you'll need to walk the bike across. They're narrow and you'll have to tip the bike on its rear wheel to clear these, but there's nothing impassable here. But there's something kind of cool you should know about the McKenzie River.
You hear all that silence? We're on the river, but the river's not here.
Yeah, the river comes and goes, but it usually looks pretty powerful when it shows up.
Which that's the thing that blows me away, is that there can be that much river underground.
That's right. The entire river disappears under a lava flow from Belknap Crater that buried the river here about 1,600 years ago. So for 3 miles, the river just kind of flows underground. It's also pretty remarkable that after 1,600 years, the forest here is this well developed. Like, nothing is forever, man. The river reemerges at the positively gorgeous, inexplicable, totally Instagrammable Tamalich Pool. The river overtops the lava bed, and there's a waterfall during the spring flow, but by later in the season, it's usually just an aquifer, or as was the case when we were here, it just filters out of the ground on the rocks right above the pool. This place can get crowded, but before you show up here with your selfie stick ready to leap into this thing, you should know that as inviting as this opal-colored beauty may look, it's fed by a mid-elevation river that's fed itself by alpine rain and snowmelt. The average water temperature at the Blue Pool is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Seriously, this isn't a tropical rainforest. Water this cold is genuinely dangerous. There's always a small group of people down by the pool with their swimsuits sitting by the side because they got in and lasted probably like precisely 30 seconds and then they had to jump back out. Just don't even bother bringing a swimsuit. A triple layer wetsuit would be more appropriate. After the pool, this trail gets really interesting. First of all, you need to watch out for hikers on this section as there are a lot of folks hiking up to this pool from a trailhead 2 miles from here. Half the fun of riding this seemingly impossible lava flow is getting to see the looks of disbelief on hikers' faces. Like, this is not only the most technically challenging part of the trail, it's also the one with the most spectators. The Blue Pool is very popular, so there is a large number and diversity of people on this section of trail. It's important to be vigilant and not run into any hikers. Also, for a good share of the nice folks hiking up to the pool, you're part of the show. So don't crash. We can't have you embarrassing our sport like that in front of the general public. Get yourself together. After passing the parking area all those flip-flop clad hikers came from, you're finished with the most interesting part of the trail. The trail pulls away from the river to get around the waterworks at the top of the Trail Bridge Reservoir, and at least it adds a nice section of downhill on the descent. This is probably the most proper descent on the whole trail. It's duffy and flowy, but not super technical, and it's the only riding of this type you're going to get for the whole rest of the day. So enjoy and make the best of this opportunity. At the bottom of this descent is the top of the Trail Bridge Reservoir. This is probably a better place to stop for lunch than Tamalich Pool because it's less crowded, especially when the gates closed. It's worthwhile to point out that there are lots of great creek crossings to stop and filter some water. That's one nice thing about a river trail. Plenty of places to fill up that camelback. From here on out, you're on an entirely different trail than the one you were just on. There are some fast sections and there are some climbs in and out of drainages, but for the most part, the trail just calmly follows the flow of the river gently downhill for the next 10 or so miles. This is the section where you'll be really glad you put chamois butter on before the beginning, because if you're used to riding more challenging trails, this is the section where you're going to get a lot more saddle time than you might be accustomed to. Road bikers will not have a problem here. From now on, the trail is pretty much S-curves for days. It actually gets a little bit monotonous here, and this is where it's important to keep in mind that on this part of the trail, you're not here for excitement, you're here for the forest and the river. Those are the two main attractions, and they're totally worth it. But by now, the river should be noticeably larger as well. Also, the trees keep getting bigger and bigger the more you descend. You'll also start noticing the forest kind of smells different here, and the air is warmer. You're definitely entering a different climate zone. There is a hot spring hiding out down here as well. From this road crossing, you can take this fork to the left, and there's a neat little hot spring tucked back into a little cave in the riverbank. If you're into that sort of thing, you should check it out. There's a lot of people in it though. It's easily accessible and popular. You were warned. Seriously, things are all going to sort of start to run together in your mind at this point in the trail, and there will be many, many false endings. Like you'll think, this has got to be where the trail ends. But it's not. For 10 miles, the trail will feel like it's only a couple of miles until the end. There's even a half mile of boring gravel road on this section of trail. Notably, there is this one last brutal climb getting out of the drainage that this bridge spans. It's just a little punchy set of switchbacks to get you back up to the same grade the road is on. By now, you're getting closer to towns and therefore private land. And so the trail crosses a lot more access roads, making you even more certain that this thing should be almost done. You hear the highway a lot more through this section, and there are even parts of the trail now that don't so much feel like a trail as they are really just a wide shoulder off to the side of the road. And then that's it. The trail ends here at this parking area. I honestly could easily live without the last 8 miles of this trail. It's pretty flat, but there were those S-curves. At least there were S-curves. And the forest. The forest totally made this trail worth it.